Ladies, would you rather be a boss babe woman who goes 50-50 in finances or be a trad wife/zam who serves her family and husband? Also, do you think you're deserving of a high-value man?
We'll go around the table on that. Go ahead.
You want to be a stay-at-home mom or not? You said no. Do you believe you're deserving of a high-value man?
Hold on, I don't understand the question.
He's saying, do you want to be a boss babe or do you want to be a
SAHM?
stay-at-home mom?
Stay-at-home mom.
Oh, stay-at-home mom. I think that
You answered the question already. You don't want to be a stay-at-home mom.
I would like to be a stay-at-home mom for a part of my life, yes.
Okay, while you're pregnant. Do you believe you're deserving of a high-value man?
Yes.
Okay.
And I get to deem whatever that is.
Okay, what about you?
Not gonna stay home.
No,
Yes,
stay
I'm
at home.
deserving of a, yeah.
Okay, what about you?
I would definitely stay home, and I definitely think I'm deserving of a high-value man.
Okay, what about you?
I would totally stay home too. I'd be cool doing that. What is defined as a high value man?
It's a good question.
I want to know before I
That's a
answer.
good question.
I mean,
I feel like
it
it's a
depends.
personal
Values in the
choice.
eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
Values in the eye of the
Yeah.
beholder. But like, generally speaking, you've got slobs in this world, and then you've got dudes that are on top of their business that can
Right.
provide and snap necks and cash checks. I would say that's a high value man. You know, a man with confidence who can get things done.
Then yes,
You
I
feel
think
you're
I
deserving of
definitely
that.
deserve a high value man.
I would be a stay-at-home mom in a millisecond. And yes, I believe that I am
Okay.
deserving of a high.
Okay.
I don't want to be a stay-at-home mom, and I think I'm deserving of a high-value man.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to press that. Go ahead.
I think it would depend on the man, to be honest. If they make twice as much as me, then I would be a stay-at-home mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much you're a software engineer in Seattle, right? I mean,
Yeah.
software engineers, that's typically a very high earning job. So I don't know if you're at liberty to, you make six figures?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're 23?
Yes.
23, six
Killing
figures,
it.
pretty good.
Good job.
Yeah, software engineers make good money. So you need a guy to make what, like 300K for you to be a stay-at-home mom?
Yeah, and I feel like I would be a good stay-at-home mom. Just that I want to be like comfortably living. So if I could stay at home and also do my work anyways. So it
Sure.
really depends on the financial situation.
Sure.
Yes, I would. I don't want to have children unless I have the option of staying home and being with them. I think children deserve their mom at home until like they're teenagers. So yeah, and I think I do deserve high value man.
Okay. Miss Lux, thank you very much for the chat. Appreciate it. I think you were about to, I don't know if you recall your point, you were about to come in on, or you had come in on something. You had more to add.
Okay, I think, well, I
You're
was...
saying you never want to give up your dreams.
Yeah, no way. No way. And the way you were talking about men being...
Bro, I'm telling you.
Motorsports donated $100. Chase, face it, equality is whatever copy Kiko says it is. Divorce attorneys will be the only winners in her future. Copy Kiko, men do not value your money. We value your femininity.
Bingo.
A man you will not want you. Apologies.
Can you scoot into the table a little bit? You're just getting caught up.
Yeah, before you go on, I want to hear what you have to say, but the point that he's making kind of touches on what that last super chat was. Pretty much every woman at this table just said that you all deserve a high-value man. High-value men look for high-value women. High-value women have femininity to offer a man, support, help. Nietzsche said, you know, a man's happiness is I will, a woman's happiness is he will. Right? I've found that the healthiest relationships I've had in my life were when a woman looked at me as kind of like the hero in her life, and she really admired me and looked up to me, and my dreams and goals and vision were her dreams and goals and vision. And when there's tension there, it kind of, you know, it can tear at the relationship, right? High value men typically are very driven. They're focused, they're confident, they're on a mission in the world. If you have your own mission that's fighting with his and there's conflict there, like, not a lot of high-value men want that. High-value men want women in their lives that make their lives easier, who they feel supported by, so on and so forth. But if a woman's like, no, I want to go work and I want to go do all these things, and like, you can go take care of your stuff, but I'm going to go take care of my stuff. Like, I think it's worth asking, is the kind of man that you guys are looking for.
What if the dreams are aligned?
Well, then that's a different story. If you guys have a mutual passion, a shared passion, and the same vision and mission, that's a different story. Then you guys can partner in that way.
Yeah.
Someone I know, a man named Michael Foster, or no, I think it was actually Jordan Peterson who said this. He said that the best marriages can only have, don't quote me on this might not be Jordan Peterson, but somebody recently said the best marriages only have one career under the household, right? When you have two careers, two separate missions, this can create conflict. And typically the highest value men in society, like, they need a support system. They need a partner, you know, and they don't have a lot of tolerance for women that aren't bringing that, like, raw, supportive femininity to the table.
Also, men want to come home after a long day of work and just vent, and the woman be there to be like the shoulder to cry on, like,
Yes.
hey, how was your day at work? And they should be comfortable enough to be like, you know what, work sucked today.
Yes.
And the woman should always be, well, not always, but in a perfect relationship, I guess, the man would be, you know what, this is what happened. And the girl's like, okay, well, what are we going to do about it?
Yes.
How are we going to fix the problem?
Yes.
Not how are you going to fix the problem so that way I can go and do this.
Yes. Like, it, may I add something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, as a man on a mission in life, like, the thing about high performing men, like, our lives are stressful. There's hard stuff, hard problems that we have to figure out on a daily basis. And as career women, I'm sure you guys understand the stresses that come with your career, right? I know that when I come home from work, especially if I have kids, if I've spent a hard day snapping necks and cashing checks, I want to come home to my wife in the most feminine mood possible. And I'm like you said, like, I want to be able to come home and vent, and her just be like, come here, baby, let me take care of you. But if you're in a position where you've had the stresses from your life, and you come home and he comes home and you don't have that feminine energy to bring your man, what is there for him to support him in the relationship? And if you need that supportive energy from him, like, if you want a really high value man, like, you have to ask yourself, are you going to be able to get the support that you're looking for from him? Is he going to need it from you? Mm-hmm. Will you be able to provide that to him? If you can't provide that feminine energy to him, what is it that you're offering him?
Can I speak to that?
And then I want to go back to you.
Oh, sorry. Do you want to go first, or you want to go first?
I feel like in response to that, I get what you're saying, and I think if we're asking for more in this way, I understand that it gives and take. I think relationships, a really great relationship is give and take. It's reading the room, seeing what that partner needs at that time versus that partner, because it shouldn't be one-sided where the man's always venting and the woman can never vent.
Venting is just an example, yeah.
So, yeah, and I get what you're saying. And
in a good relationship, both people are going to be there to support one another.
Exactly. And I feel like just because I'm saying I want to work and I have a passion doesn't mean I can't also be feminine and support my husband or whatever. And the way you're taught, and the thing is too, I can't generalize for all women. You can't generalize for all men. Everyone's very individual, very unique, very different, blah, blah, blah. But the way you're talking about high level men and being so driven about their career is exactly how I feel about my career. And I like that's my life. That's everything to me. That is my first love. That's my passion. And to have a partner that will respect that, because I'll be able to respect him because I know the feeling so well. Yeah. And I know how it feels to be so passionate, where you live, eat, and breathe the thing you do. And it takes a lot to be extremely successful, and so I'll get it. But yeah, it's going to be a lot harder, because that means there might need to be a babysitter, there might need to be this. That's why I feel like divorce rates are high, because women are working in the workforce a lot more than they were years ago. But at the same time, you're talking about women in the 1800s being happier. I mean, that's a statistic based on, there was no social media then. It was very hard to be aware. You only know what you know. So they only knew what they knew then. Mm-hmm. But now we're very aware. And also, it's funny how you say women were safer back in the day because they had men to protect them. But a lot of those men were abusing them. There was a law that was passed in the 90s that was about, I'm not going to say the word because we're not allowed, where it didn't allow men to just force sex upon their wife. This is a real rule that was passed, so they couldn't do that in the 90s. And that's crazy to me, because your man should be your protector, should be the one who's there for you. And so a lot of time women had to stay in marriages because they couldn't just get a house by themselves. They needed the man to sign off. They needed all this stuff. And they, a lot of the time, were married to a man that wasn't even actually protecting them and actually abusing them. So
you keep saying a lot of the time, and I understand what you're saying, the points that you're making.
Yeah. And also, I don't have statistics, so it's
that's you know. Thing. Like, when I hear these feminist arguments, like, they make sense.
And you don't
me.
have statistics either, so it's like
they make. I mean, depends on what you want to talk about.
Right.
I could whip out a lot of stats for you, but like, I hear these arguments from feminists, but I feel like feminists paint the world prior to like the 1900s as this world where just all men were beating and their wives.
That's not it.
Like
also
the
our
idea,
current
hold on,
experience.
the idea that like a lot of men were doing this, like my question is, how does it compare to now? Like what? Like
Right.
I would love to know those stats, because was it more men that are doing it now?
To be honest, I don't know the statistic, but I think the thing I'm getting to is women are, I think, more comfortable and confident to speak up because it's all about because they see other women doing it or feeling empowered or whichever, you know, like back then I didn't live in the 1800s. I really don't know what was going on.
Yeah, I do want to address, because I think you guys have mentioned this a couple times. I mean, there's been a lot of different talking points that have been brought up. When it comes to physical safety, the way that you feel has absolutely no bearing on anything related to the actual incidence rate of physical violence. Jesus, okay, yeah, maybe we gotta
Donated
fucking boost it.
$99. Red, as driven as you are, you will likely end up successful, and inadvertently by so doing will also isolate yourself from many good men. Successful women also want equal quality men. Successful men want feminine women and don't care about her success.
Facts.
So